Hello everybody! Hi, my name is Myloe, and some of you may or may not know, I'm a Canadian. And as a Canadian, I thought it would be quite funny if I went through this article that I just found called Why You Should Consider Living in Canada, and I'm gonna see what they have to say. Personally, I think some of the images that they've used so far are very interesting. Let me just open this up here. Yeah. Monkey in a jacket, moose at the door. What is that? Is that a guy cooking outside of his window on a barbecue? Alright, so we've got some interesting reference material, to say the least. To start us off, we've got this long paragraph kind of introducing Canada, I suppose. Canada's one of the best places to live in. People there are polite, the country is relatively safe, there are fantastic job opportunities, there's a free public school system, they love their moose and geese, and they have a great sense of humor. Who wouldn't love to live in such a place? If you still need more convincing, just take a look at this list. We have summed up all the great reasons why Canada is one country you should seriously consider living in. Plus, we also have thrown in some quirks, making Canada a truly unique place and Canadians all the more endearing. Isn't that nice? There might be a moose on the loose at times, but you'll love the place. Here are some of the pictures that make Canada great. Okay, before we get into their very first picture example here of what we're going to be dealing with, I just want to point out that I can't technically speak for all of Canada, and there will be a few things that I won't be able to confirm or deny, but that's just the ballpark that we're playing in. So let's see what their first option is here. Moose Polo. Before I read any of this, I can tell you right off the bat I've never heard of this. Generally, in every area of Canada I've been in, okay? Generally, moose are wildlife to not be fucked with. Yeah. I mean, they're not hostile, but you don't really want to get too close. I mean, they're kind of dangerous. Although there are many variants of the game's concept, it has a history that dates back to the 6th century BC. Canadians also like to play polo, but they do so with flair. Because there's a period after the C, it makes it very hard to understand that's where they wanted to end the sentence. I'm just saying. In another Loose Moose episode, the creature is out and about. Two things that stand out as unique symbols of Canada, moose and Tim Hortons. Both of those are true, can confirm. If you see a moose passing by a Tim Hortons, then you can guarantee 100% that you're in Canada. What they're saying here is, if you see a moose passing at Tim Hortons, you can be sure you're in Canada, because those are the two things. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you see a Tim Hortons, you're probably already in Canada. Police with funky pants? In Canada, the police don't only wear their uniforms, they do so with flair. Blue pants while making sure that protests are peaceful? Too boring and too official. They wear pants with vibrant colors and loud patterns. Got some cow pants? They're perfect for the occasion. I will tell you right now, this must have been an event. There's no way in hell you see a police wearing anything other than their uniform. Granted, Canada technically has Mountie police somewhere that have like the funky uniform, you know, throw it up here. But, I mean, aside from that, I don't even see that in my area. I've never seen one of those in person, but cops do not wear flashy pants in Canada. This is incorrect. What else do they have to say about it? The police in the photo not only get to keep the peace, but they also get to show their support, albeit implicitly. What? They get to show their support. Don't you just love cops who keep the citizens safe while sporting pants with crazy patterns while on duty? Did a cop write this? I feel like a policeman wrote this. That's a lot of love for the force. Another police post. Even the Canadian police can't resist anything cute. Everyone loves cute puppies, even the Canadian police can't resist. In other places in the world, cute puppies may be completely ignored by the police force, but in Canada they get all the attention that they deserve and even more. Okay. Again, look at how many people are crowded. You just know this has to be an event. That, like, there's so many people, they're all standing like near the road or on the road. The police are all together. When do you see 3 policemen on the sidewalk, or on the road for this matter, in the same place, you know? This just seems like a weird situation to point out as a reason to consider living in Canada. Polite theft victim. Okay, we've moved out of the area of policemen now. What would you do if you became a victim of theft? You'd probably be very angry, and you might say some things that are not appropriate for little children to hear. You may curse and scream too. What kind of inappropriate things are you saying in your anger that is not cursing, that you would classify that differently? But let's take a look at this picture. Bring back my wheelbarrow. Thank you for bringing back my wheelbarrow. Alright, you know what? Give it up. Give it up. I can't believe that actually happened. I mean, it could easily be fake, but you know, I'll suspend my disbelief. I think this is pretty funny, but obviously it's not something everyone is going to do if you steal their wheelbarrows, you know what I'm saying? Now that we're done with the polite theft victim, let's talk about the polite thief. What's even more amazing than polite theft victim is a polite thief. The person must have had okay. You said it in the title of this post and you also said it in the first line. These two lines right here, exactly the same. You did not need to go that extra. This person must have been famished that he must have been so famished. There needs to be a so here. So famished that he had no choice but to steal some food from an empty home. Because he was in a hurry to get food, he accidentally broke a glass. Sorry to cause the mess in your house, I just wanted some food, but I broke a glass. Be careful, the floor is not fully clean. Okay, again, you're not safe from thieves in Canada. It's not like people don't exist in Canada. People are people. You understand this. This could have easily happened anywhere other than Canada, and who's even to say that the person that got this note was as happy about it as the person posting it is? Not all Canadians are polite. It seems that not all Canadian citizens are overly polite, as proven by this sign found on one Canadian street. If you thought that you only have to watch out for the moose, you're wrong. Aggressive geese are walking around. This is true. If you're feeding ducks and a goose shows up, you walk away. You just leave. I guess Canada is technically a pretty popular place for geese, especially the Canadian geese. You know, we got the name for it. This is true. Nice policeman. We're back. We're back praising the police. Police officers in Canada patrol the neighborhood to ensure safety of citizens and to keep the peace, but that's not all they do. If they find young entrepreneurs, they are more than happy to support their enterprises like this policeman. Oh. Come on, man. Why you gotta put it like that? I wasn't even looking at the picture yet. I was saving the suspense, trying to see if a cop's doing a good thing. He's just making a kid's day. Nothing wrong with that, but that's also not something exclusive to Canada. That has nothing to do with Canada. Honest commuters. Rush hour can be overwhelming, and if you don't get up early enough, you can be late for work. Canadians have the same rush hour problems just like any other first world country, but they don't get a broken public transit system to get in the way. But they don't let a broken public transit system get in the way. I understand what they're saying here, though. Canadians are so nice that even if the bus is, or even if the train is out of order, they will put their money there and go to the train. I don't know how this happened. I honestly don't, but you will never see that happen. Never once. Not in Canada, not in any other country. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Who leaves that much change there? And not one person. Scoop! Cars stopping to let the geese cross the road safely. If there are rude and aggressive geese, there are also polite and law-abiding geese, just like those captured in this photo. Okay, nice. Yep, the geese cross the roads in Canada. They're so polite. That's why you should consider moving here. I don't know about that one. Even the graffiti is polite. Graffiti is irritating to the eyes and it can ruin a perfectly nice cityscape. Take for instance the graffiti in the subway stations of large metropolises. Pristine walls get ruined by ugly designs, but there are instances when abandoned buildings become works of art. Okay, this could be interesting. You could have chosen any big city in Canada. You could have looked up big city in Canada graffiti and found better graffiti than this. Winters don't faze Canadians. Okay, listen. We have the tools to combat winter, okay? But to say that winter doesn't faze Canadians, that's a little strong. We all know that Canadian winters can be pretty brutal at times. The biting cold can make people wish that they lived someplace where the sun shines all day long, but if you're a true blue Canadian, you don't let winter faze you. Oh, and this is... Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is not letting the winter faze you, or trying to cook without a shirt on and staying inside because it's warmer. I don't know why he's even using a barbecue. I don't see this as a win. I see this as a... That's what you decided to do? Okay. Wearing tropical outfit in the biting cold. It can get so bitterly cold that some people have to become used to below zero temperatures in Canada. To them, snowstorms are nothing. The next image on this list is an excellent representation of the Great White North. Okay, they just told me it was an excellent representation. I gotta believe them. I gotta take that at face value right now, and I gotta expect that this is a good representation of the Great White North. Come up to Canada in the middle of winter, you will never see this. You will never see this. This is not a thing that happens. This right here, I've seen maybe 2 people in my life do this, and they were shivering. Of course, because you would be as a human. We can't... Do you think this guy feels good about how he's walking right now in those clothes? Certainly he chose to use them, but I can't imagine for what reason. A memorial fit for a raccoon. When most people see dead animals on the road, they've been run over by vehicles, they don't pay them any thought. It's just a usual road accident. However, in Canada, they treat animals with much respect and love. Oh, okay, they had a cute little burial service for roadkill. That's kind of fun. Alright, I mean, again, this is pretty cool, but you can't really attribute it to Canada. I guess you could because it happened in Canada, but reasons you should consider moving? Not here, not that. Forget mega, Canadians have cage. Do we now? Because cage is something I've never heard of, okay? I'll just tell you right now. Cage is an acronym that I don't know, and if they're comparing it to mega, I'm scared. Americans have been screaming mega, mega for quite some time already, and the slogan has become rather iconic to say the least, but the residents of Canada don't even have to bother with that in their country. Why do you ask? Because we don't have to make America great again if we're not America. That's why we don't say it in our country. Canada already great, eh? I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take that. You know what? Cage. Cage. An irresistible offer for a thief. A theft is something that happens worldwide, even in first world countries, and if you've been reading our list from the beginning, you would already have seen a few cases of Canadian theft. This particular thief stole someone's GPS. Whoever stole my GPS last night, you might as well have the rest of the cables and the instructions. Okay, I love this. This is fantastic. The way I see it, right, this is probably a fuck it, I don't have my GPS, I'm just gonna do something funny outside kind of thing. Maybe Canadians are more likely to do this? I don't know though, because while this is right up my alley of humor, I don't know if I'd be one to do that even. Like, that's just such a random thing to do, but it's funny. I appreciate the picture. Please claim your lost monkey. Ooh, is this where the monkey in the jacket comes into play from earlier? Admit it, the little monkey on the picture has got to be the cutest thing you've seen today. The little fellow must be cold. That concerned Canadians thought it would be best if he wore a suede winter coat in toddler size. That's fun. I like that. I don't know where you found a monkey in Canada. I don't know where you found a monkey in Canada, alright? But that's cute. Only in Canada do people refuse a pay raise? Okay. A, I've never heard something so wild. B, is that a reason you want to move to Canada? Only in Canada would you find people upset that they were given a pay raise. That's still... This sentence not making much sense to me. This group of doctors was so visibly upset that the government decided to increase their salary that they marched on the streets. 700 Canadian doctors protest salary raises, say we are paid too much. Huh? I'm impressed. I am impressed with that. Granted, this is one moment, right? This is one strike that happened. 700 doctors, not a small number, but this is one strike. And they're saying, only in Canada would you find people upset that they were given a pay raise. Don't worry, I'll lead the way. A lot of people in the world have to deal with snowstorms and repercussions. We've all had to plow through inches and feet of snow at some point in our lives, unless you live in a tropical country, but this man right here is the real hero. The snow is not that deep. Can we get a zoom on that? The snow is not that deep. That, you can see his boot. You can see his boot. How are you gonna say that's deep snow, my guy? Have you ever been to Canada? Was this written by a Canadian? I honestly don't know. Let's see what the bottom paragraph has to say about this guy though. Why is he a hero? Not only did he brave through the biting cold, but he also ensured that the goats found their way. We're confused about what these goats are doing here in his yard, but thankfully this man had a sense that they were lost, so he's leading them to the right path. Do you know that? Thankfully this man had a sense that they were lost, so he's leading them to the right path? I think you're just gassing up Canadians at this point. I'll take it, but there's no telling why that man is near those goats. If they're on his yard, he might just own them. Did you think about that one? I suppose I could be wrong. Failed delivery. Don't you just hate it when you're expecting your online purchase to be delivered only to find out that it's not on your doorstep when you arrive home? Reasons vary from delayed shipment to unsuitable weather conditions, among many other things. Oh boy, what are we gonna have here? Bear at door. Okay. This is funny. I haven't personally seen bears, but I assume the further north you go, the easier they are to find. I don't see this being very difficult to come across, to be honest. I feel like having a bear at your door might happen further north to more people than I think. Sorry, we're really sorry. Oh boy. When winter comes and there's heavy snowfall, roads become impassable, and stairs and walkways become accidents waiting to happen. True. It's hard to find your way in the darkness, and with no one to watch you, sadly, it's not unusual to suffer from injuries. This pathway is not lit and not monitored. Use at your own risk. Yep, okay. These you actually do see all over the place. I've got these around the parts that I frequent as well. But there are signs that if it is a winter month and it's not currently being surveilled, right? Then they've got these signs up. This pathway is not lit and not monitored. Use at your own risk. I've never seen the sorry sign before. That's just kind of funny, but I'll give it a pass. This does happen in Canada. A moose cooling itself. We don't know what it is with Canada and moose, but they just can't seem to live without one another. In another feature of the nation's favorite animal, we see a moose in a makeshift pool indulging itself with a little R&R. Okay. Moose in a pool. Fortunately, the considerate Canadian let the moose use the pool to its heart content. If I had a moose in my pool, I would just wait until he was gone, straight up. I'm not gonna go in there and tell him to get out. What am I gonna do to a moose? So, what did we find out today about Canada? Not a whole lot from this list, to be honest. I'm sure a lot of what I even said was biased to me or the area that I live in Canada. So you're gonna have to take it with a grain of salt. But, I mean, there were a lot of fun pictures in here, and maybe I'll do something like this again if you guys want to see it. As for me, my name's Myloe, I'm Canadian, and I'm out.